town a little longer, Aunt Dorothy. Jeffrey's dying to meet you. I'm dying for him to meet you.
I wish I had the chance this visit, too. Why don't you bring him with you next time you come to Vermont?
I know he'd love it. But I don't want to be a hassle.
Oh, it's no hassle. When I was still teaching, I used to have my students up for the weekend all the time. I actually miss the company something.
Aunt Dorothy? What?
That man. No, it couldn't be.
Who is it?
Two women, a man, a chase down library steps, and so our story begins. Like life, all stories have a beginning, middle, and end. But the distances between beginning and end, between story and life, can sometimes be deceptive, especially when viewed through the shifting prisms of the Twilight Zone.
Come on.
Who is that man?
It just may be someone I knew very many years ago. Oh, it was the fall of 1933. I was fresh out of college, just 22. I was taking my first teaching assignment in a small Appalachian town, Powder Ridge, West Virginia.
Go, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
You should put all your shoes in the one bag.
Oh, not shoes, books.
Miss Livingston.
Yes, I'm Dorothy Livingston. Oh, you must be Mrs.
Dockweiler, Roberta. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, too.
You best give that one here, son.
Oh, do as the gentleman says, will you?
Yes, sir, Mrs. Dockweiler.
I didn't realize you'd be leaving so soon. I have so many questions.
Well, I'm afraid my sister's baby and willing to wait.
Oh.
Now, don't worry. There is nothing that you need to know that isn't in the notes I left you on my desk.
Well,
Let's get on board now, man.
Oh, now, don't worry. These 3 months are going to fly by, and by the time I get back, you're going to wish I would have stayed away forever.
Oh, something else not covered in my notes, something important. There's a boy, a primary grader. His name is Micah Frost. Now, he's going to want to be able to use the school library very often. You must never deny him access to the library. Never. You understand?
Yes, Mother, it's very clean. And the bed is firm. I checked first thing. Listen, I'm going to have to go soon. This is very expensive. I know. I'm going to miss our after-supper talks, too. I'll call you up first thing next Sunday and let you know how everything went, okay? I will. I love you, too. Very much. Very much. Good night, Mother. Okay. Daniel Elledge?
Present.
Nathaniel Elledge?
Present.
Micah Frost?
Present.
Okay. Jennifer Hayes? While the expanding colonies were growing wealthy and independent, Britain maintained that the colonies existed solely for its own profit and were to be tightly ruled by the king and parliament back in England. Up until 1763, however, control over the colonies was fairly lax. But after France was defeated in the French and Indian Wars, Britain decided to restore control and tax the colonies to help pay for the war. In addition to numerous new taxes imposed on the colonists, a standing army was to be sent to America, to be quartered at colonial expense, and settlement beyond your own Appalachian Mountains was forbidden. Micah Frost. Micah Frost?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me the natural border the British chose beyond which colonial settlement was forbidden?
No, ma'am. I can't.
I just mentioned it a moment ago. The Appalachians. I suggest you put your other work aside for later and listen to the lesson at hand. In 1765, Micah. Micah. Time to go home. So in order to add the two fractions, we must first determine the common denominator. Who'd like to try that for us? Mossy? May I see you down here a minute? Micah, I've been going over the school records, and as far as I can tell, Mrs. Dockweiler hasn't had a conference with your parents in quite some time. I was wondering if you could shed some light on that.
My parents died in an accident in our truck more than a year ago.
I'm sorry. Who's taking care of you?
It's just me and my grandfather now.
I see. Well, would you ask your grandfather if he could stop by the schoolhouse some afternoon soon? I'd like to talk to him.
No, he couldn't. He's got too much to do.
I see. Please tell him then that I'll stop by and see him sometime soon.
You can't do that.
Micah.
Just write a note. That's what Mrs. Dockweiler does. I promise he'll read it.
Well, I'm afraid that won't do in this case.
You can't see him. You can't.
And the princess heard the lion in the brambles, but she couldn't see it, but she knew it was hungry, and she knew it was coming closer to her.
And as the sun disappeared behind the mountains, the forest grew very dark. And the princess heard the lions in the brambles, but she couldn't see it. But she knew it was hungry, and she knew it was coming closer to her. Good night, Granddad.
How much did you hear?
Just the very last. Micah, I apologize. When I stepped up here, it was not my intention to eavesdrop. Micah, why don't you tell me what's going on?
The man in there? The man I call my grandfather?
Yes?
Well, he's not my grandfather. He's my great-great-great-grandfather. Born in 1793. He's 141 years old.
Micah, I've never heard of anyone outside of the Bible living past 110. How?
I keep him alive. Like my daddy did. And my daddy's daddy. Well, and his daddy before him. I keep him alive by telling him stories.
Stories?
Not whole stories, but stories left in the middle. Left that so he's got to stay alive. Got to live till the next day to find out what happens.
Oh, Micah, stories don't keep someone alive.
But they do. Every night I finish a story from the night before. Then I start a new one. Always leaving off at some middle spot. Some spot where he's aching to know what's going to happen next. I used to sit with my daddy when he told the stories. Told me to listen, too. And learn. Because in 10 years or so, it was going to be my turn. Then he and Mama died out on old Simpson Bridge. Came to be up to me that very day. Have been ever since.
You make up a story all by yourself every day?
Got to.
Micah, even if it is your stories that keep him alive, everybody has their time here on Earth. Wouldn't it be wrong to keep such an old man alive in such a way?
I remember lying in bed lots of nights, hearing my mama argue about that same thing, my daddy. But my daddy always said that as long as Granddad was clear-headed and comfortable, well, it was unthinkable for us, well, his family, not to do everything we could to keep him with us. Now that's my responsibility. Like it was my daddy's. I'm the man of the house now.
I want you to lay as still as you can, all right? All right? All right. All right, just lay as still as you can and we're going to get you help right away. All right, now, Russell, I want you to run into town and get the doctor. Tell him I sent you and that it's an emergency. It's all right. You just stay quiet. Just stay quiet.
Ow! Let me go! I gotta go home!
Looks like a compound break. May set easy and it may not. I'm going to suggest that he stay the night with my wife and me, just so I can keep an eye on him. Will you be sure to let his folks know?
Yes, of course, Doctor.
Good.
Livingston, please!
Thank you, Doctor. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Frost?
Huh?
I'm Dorothy Livingston. I'm Micah's teacher.
Oh, yes. He's mentioned you several times in the last few days.
I've come because there's been an accident at school.
Micah?
He's all right. He broke an arm in a fall from a tree. Apparently it's nothing serious. He's with the doctor now.
That boy is quite a climber. He's a real Frost. I never met a male Frost yet who wasn't most comfortable perched way up higher than anybody else. Did the doctor say what time the boy was likely to be home?
He won't be coming home tonight, Mr. Frost. He's going to be staying with the doctor and his wife until the morning.
You're still alive. You didn't need the stories. You didn't need the stories.
Micah. You dropped this yesterday when you fell. I finished the story that you'd begun last night, and I began another one. It's all in there.
But I didn't think that you believed...
I'm still not convinced that it's the stories that keep your great-great-great-grandfather alive. But I thought just in case...
Finished my 3-month teaching assignment in Powder Ridge. Gave all the books I'd brought with me to Micah as a gift. Got on the bus and have never been back. There have been a number of times over the past 50 years when I wondered just what became of that odd little boy and the old man.
And you think that man we're following is...
Micah.
But if the old man were 141 in 1933, he'd have to be close to 200 now.
Keep it. Thanks.
And as the woman watched, the door eased open very slowly.
Is the old man there? Is he 200 years old?
I can't say, Mother. Not until tomorrow.
That's funny.
What?
The trash. I could have sworn. Okay, never mind. Never mind. right, where is it? My mug. Kathy?
What is it now?
My mug. The mug I keep my pencils in, it's gone. So is the trash. And what's this doing on my desk?
It's your political science book, isn't it?
I know what it is.
After the last test grade, I wasn't sure. Ah, come on. There's nothing to get upset about. So you're a little sloppy. It's not a capital offense. My mother loses her car keys twice a day.
Well, I don't. And I'm not a sloppy...
What are you doing? What is it?
There's someone in the closet.
The Whiteout burglar. Come on, Jen, give me a break. This is really getting out of hand. There's no one in the closet. Here, look for yourself. See? No one. Nothing. It's just a...
You're not Jennifer Templeton.
Not me. Her.
I don't believe it.
Just give her the mug back and let's get out of here.
Right. I'm sorry for the intrusion. We didn't mean to disturb you.
Not so damn fast.
I'm sorry, Madam President, I mean...
You shut up and jump now.
Oh, damn it.
I'm really sorry about the mug. We weren't supposed to take anything you'd miss. The first president of Earth, and she's practically in tears. God knows what effect this will have on the time strain. And if you go back to see Cleopatra again, don't bother coming home.
Keep your hands off that.
Let him go, Kath.
Thank you. I know now why they called you the Great Peacemaker. Well, I'm history. It's been nice meeting you, Madam President.
Jenny, what's going on here?
I'm not sure. But I think I'd better quit cutting political science.
fine, dear. He's just playing.
You know I worry, Ernest.
I know, dear.
Bring. Dinner's ready. Toby? Toby, are you hungry?
Donuts, Mama. Donuts.
No, son. You had donuts yesterday. Come on, Toby. Come on. You like chicken. No, Toby. Come on.
Donuts.
Now, you eat the dinner your mama cooked.
Maybe for dessert.
If you eat your dinner.
Toby, chew your food.
Donuts.
All right, Toby, let Daddy get the picture.
Donuts. Bring.
He didn't look at the picture. Mary, he did it without looking at the picture. He's never done...
Well, yes, he has. It's only donuts, Ernest. You know how much he loves them.
Mama, donut.
Chew. Toby, shh. Hurts, Mama. I know. Hurts. Toby, it's all right now, Toby. Oh, shh. Mama's going to take your temperature. Now.
Hurts, Mama.
I was afraid of this. It's those donuts.
2. He only had 2.
Mary, if he doesn't need to see the picture anymore, he could have had another dozen donuts after we put him to bed. Or anything else for that matter. You know he will eat anything he can fit in his mouth.
He's burning up. Call that nice Dr. Keller. He'll come. I know he will.
He doesn't make house calls anymore, Mary. No one makes house calls anymore.
Oh, he'll have to. Tell him it's an emergency.
And he'll tell me that's what emergency rooms are for. We've been through this before, Mary.
Tell him. Just tell him.
Tell him what?
Are you calling Dr. Keller?
I'm calling an ambulance.
We can't. Is he all right? Toby, is he all right? What's wrong with him?
It's food poisoning. We pumped his stomach. I'm sure he'll be fine, but I like to keep him overnight for observation.
Overnight? Is that necessary? Our boy is very uncomfortable away from home.
Well, don't worry. We'll take good care of him. The children's ward has color television, lots of comic books, games.
No. If he must stay, he will stay, but he must have a private room. My wife and I will stay with him. There'll be no television, no comic books.
Very well. I'll make the arrangements for the room.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. I'm Miss Kemp. And this must be Toby.
Toby.
I'm Miss Kemp, Toby.
Well, Miss Kemp, Toby seems, well, just fine this morning, so we'd like to take him home.
Oh, I'm sure the doctor will be discharging him shortly. In the meantime, I'd like to have a little chat with you.
Chat?
I think we would just prefer to take our son home as soon as possible.
Yes, of course, I understand that. But I do have a few questions. You see, I'm with Children and Family Services, Mr. Ross. With regards to your son's schooling, for instance, we have no record of any.
Toby's retarded.
He doesn't understand school. He's a very special boy. He's very excitable.
Well, of course, I wasn't talking about an ordinary curriculum. You do know, don't you, that even the most severely retarded children can be educable. There's special classes for boys and girls like Toby.
We do appreciate your concern, Miss Kemp, but we prefer to take care of our son ourselves.
He's very suggestible. He's a sweet boy, but he doesn't understand.
But we've made such great strides in treating children like Toby. Special children. Come by now, we can teach them to be almost completely...
Why? No, Toby, no!
Pictures, give!
No pictures, no! No!
It's all right, I've read it. If he likes the pictures, let him have it. Here, Toby, do you want it?
Pictures, Mama!
Toby, it's all right. Mama's here. Mama's here. Now, Toby, we're going to take you home, and you can look at your toy book. Toby, don't cry.
We don't allow him to look at such things.
It's only a magazine. There's nothing wrong with a magazine.
We'll be the judge of what's right and wrong for our son, Miss Kemp. Get the boys' things, Mary. We're leaving.
Wait a minute. You can't just walk out of here.
Can't we?
I feel sorry for the kid. Anything we can do?
Yeah, I can look into the home situation. I mean, these aren't the dark ages, right? Expect I'll be seeing a lot of the Ross family.
All right, now we're home. We're home. Now everything's going to be fine now we're home. There you go, play. Be a good boy. Ernest, what are we going to do? He saw it. I know he did. He was staring at it all the way down the block. What if he brings it?
Mary, he's home. He has his toy book. He will forget. It was only a squirrel. It'll be dead if it arrives. I will bury it in the backyard with the others. I will get rid of it, like I always do, don't I? Please, remember your heart now. Don't concern yourself.
You know I worry. Well, Ernest, that woman, Miss Kemp, what if
She won't bother us. I'll take care of it. Mary, please.
He's a good boy, Ernest. He just doesn't understand. Maybe that woman is right. Maybe a class, some kind of a special teacher.
Mary.
Just a little help. Just for a few days, just a couple of hours. That's not wrong of me, is it? For just a few hours. Maybe we could go to dinner to a nice restaurant. Just the two of us. Or maybe we could go to a movie. How long has it been since we've seen a movie?
I know you're tired. It would be nice to have someone share the burden, but we can't, Mary. We can't. He's ours. Our son, our responsibility. If we leave him alone for just a few hours, there's no telling what sort of things he might see. Or what he might bring.
Bring!
Mary, I made you some tea.
Ernest. How nice. You didn't need to do that. Where's Toby?
He's still in his room. He's playing or sleeping. He's fine, dear. Just have some tea and try not to worry.
You know I can't help it. I'll just peek in and see if he's all right. I'll be right back. Toby? 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 Toby, what are you...
Mary? Mary? Mary?
I hope I'm not disturbing you, Mr. Ross. I'm so sorry about your wife.
Oh, yes. Well, thank you. Thank you. Mary. She was so very tired, Miss Kemp. She was never a very strong woman, and all the stress.
Hello, Toby.
Toby.
You've come about Toby, of course.
I don't mean to intrude on your grief, Mr. Ross. I really don't. But I do believe that you need my help now more than ever with your wife gone. So I've brought some literature you may want to take a look at.
You want to put him in an institution?
Pictures! Pictures!
It's very nice. I won't send Toby away. Now, if you're done, I'm very tired.
I'm not done, Mr. Ross. I've done some investigating since the last time we spoke. I've talked to your neighbors and to your former employer and your wife's family. And frankly, Mr. Ross, unless you're willing to listen to reason, I believe I have grounds to remove Toby from your custody.
I see.
Your treatment of the boy is appalling. It's almost medieval. According to your neighbors, he's a virtual prisoner here. You never take him outside, not even for walks. You've boarded up the windows of this house. You don't allow him to play with other children. You don't take him to the park or the playground or even the zoo. According to your wife's sister, you don't even allow him the meager solace of a television set.
No, we don't. It's all right, Toby. It's all right. She won't hurt you. She won't hurt you.
No, I think you've hurt him enough already yourself.
Sit down, Miss Kemp. Don't say another word. Just sit down. You want to take Toby from me? Then maybe it's time you knew something about him.
Toby!
Boy loves books. Photo books, comics, magazines, anything with pictures in it. Toby. Come, Toby. Come on, Papa. Come. Bring for Papa. Bring it here. Bring. No. Sharp. There are a lot of sharp things in this world, Miss Kemp. A lot of dangerous things. Do you understand?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ross. I'm trying to talk to you about your son's future, and you're doing parlor tricks.
Prove it to yourself. Go on.
All right, Toby. Bring this. Mr. Ross, this is not...
Bring!
What is this, Mr. Ross? Some kind of miracle?
A miracle, no, Miss Kemp. It's more like a curse.
Why do you say that, Mr. Ross? This boy has a gift. He has a talent nobody else has ever had.
He saw a puppy on television one day before we got rid of this set. He wanted it, so he brought it. It was dead when it arrived. He can bring back living things, but he forgets. Our backyard is full of what I've buried there. Do you still want to take him to the zoo, Miss Kemp? Do you still think he needs to play with other children? Most of the time, he needs a picture. Now, sometimes Toby just remembers.
I owe you an apology.
Toby was never the prisoner. It was us, Mary and me.
All right, Mr. Ross. Listen to me. It doesn't have to be that way. Toby still needs help. He needs it now more than ever.
You know what kind of help the world will give him. They'll lock him up, run their tests and experiments, use him if they could for whatever they want. Toby won't say no. He can't say no. And when they're finished with him, what will the life of one little retarded boy be worth? He is my son, and this is his home. Get out! Out! Get out! Get out!
Mr. Ross, I cannot leave here and forget what I've seen
Get
and
out.
heard. I have to report this.
Get out! No, Toby! Toby, please get out! Toby, no! Oh, Toby, no! Toby! Oh, look! Oh, look, that's our mama. That's our mama. That's our look. I'll take it away. I'll take it away. I'll take it out. It's all right. I'm sorry. Mary, the picture, he doesn't understand. It was my fault. I never should have. It's time. It's time.
Boy.
You've always been such a good boy. Yeah. Look. Look, Toby. Look. Look. See? Oh. Oh. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. All the colors is like a sunset, all red and yellow and orange. Isn't that pretty? I love you, my good boy.
Still here?
I'll come back and get my things after my shift.
Yeah, well, you just might find them in the front yard. You want breakfast?
Well, I was gonna go up and eat at the cafe.
No, you don't. Now, you can go on and tell Les and Bobby and Charlie that I threw you out. But I ain't gonna have you going to work eating cafe breakfast here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Melissa, look, this whole thing just one big mistake, baby. I swear that girl don't mean nothing to me.
She meant enough for you to go and sleep with her.
How many times I got to say it? I am ashamed of what I did.
You ashamed of what you did, or you ashamed because you got caught?
Well, what you want me to do, huh? I mean, you want me to beg you for forgiveness for the rest of my life?
How the hell you want your eggs?
They told me I could have a night shift if I wanted to. That way I'd never have to see another sunrise again. Yeah, unless it's because you late.
Hey, like you were this morning.
I'm not going to, though, because my boy Jeffrey, he's going to be all conference football and basketball this year, and I'm not going to miss one of his games. Yeah, you betcha. Oh, my dog. Oh, come on. Don't start singing this early in the morning.
Wilson, Parker, you two guys hang on a second. I'm taking you guys out of shaft 15 this morning.
Oh, that's great, Smith.
Get to work on our golf. We need a crew in the junction.
Junction? What the hell for? That's the oldest part of the mine, Schmidt. It was robbed before we was even born.
It's a good thing you guys aren't running this company. We had a geophysical team from the university down here last month, and they say there's several $1 million worth of coal in those branches.
Gasification?
Yeah, coal gasification. Got a pilot plant over in Charleston starting up to do just that. Get to it, boys.
Take that coal out, and then they squish it all together, you see, and they make gas. Now, you're making yourself enough gas, you see, and the next time they raise them oil prices, you can just tell those fellas to go kiss your sweet patootie.
We're not going to listen to this all morning,
are we? Gasification ain't important. It's high school football. That's what you say you read. I don't know about that.
Last that article tell you this part of the mine's about 100 years old?
Well, maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Charlie, maybe it's not too late to change shifts. 13C. 13D, that ain't right.
What's the matter, Charlie?
Well, that last turn should have put us in pillar 11. This says 13. Well, maybe somebody changed the numbers when they closed the junction. No, more likely we took a serious wrong turn back there. Last, Bobby, you track back to the shaft and get old Schmidt on the phone. Okay. Hey, Charlie, if we're not back by noon, you start without us.
Get out of here. See you around, Bill. We could be digging down here for the rest of our lives, Joe.
Why worry? You're not going anywhere, John. You could make this a home away from home. Well, I hear you're gonna need one anyway.
Charlie, you ought to take a look at this. Hey, Charlie, I think you ought to take a look at this. Charlie! 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 Help! Charlie? Charlie! Charlie! Help! Somebody there? Who's there? Somebody there?
Here! I can use a hand!
Who's there? Huh? Boy. Just close your eyes. Come on. Sit on up here. Thanks. No problem, Dave. I like to broke my leg. Here, let me take a look at it. Don't touch me. Come on, let me take a look at it. Yeah. Now look, I think it is broken. I'm gonna make you a splint. You ready?
What's that?
What?
On your wrist.
That's a wristwatch. Hey, come on, man. I need that. Now, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Just hold it.
Yeah. When you're done, you turn out that fire.
Huh?
Turn out the lamp. Start an explosion.
This ain't gonna cause no explosion. I'm just hoping that the batteries will hold out. Now, you hold this for me. Right there.
No heat.
Hey, come on, man. Right there. What are you doing? That's our light.
I've never seen a lantern like this before.
Yeah, well, you can pick one up at any hardware store. Costs you about $150.
$50. That's 3 months' pay.
Did you say $150 is 3 months' pay?
Uh-huh.
Hey, they're still up there. They gotta be looking for us. Yeah. Hey! Hey! Somebody! Help! We're down here! We're here! Hey. You think they're still looking for us?
They always do.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've been through a few of these.
I've seen it happen. I spent a lot of time digging my friends out of spots like this.
I can't understand it. I don't know what happened.
I don't rightly know. 1 minute I was swinging a pick, and the next I was buried under
A pick? You had a pick? Where is it?
Somewhere up there.
Oh, God. How could you lose a thing like that? We could dig our way out of here.
Save your breath. It's under a ton of rock. I don't believe I know you. I didn't know we had colored working in the mine.
Yeah, but we're all over the place, buddy. I don't think I know you either. I ain't never seen you, not on the day shift.
You work the day shift and you don't know Ray Dobson?
No, I don't.
I'm the senior man here.
Are you right? In making what you make? Well, you ought to talk to your union rep, man.
The only union men in this mine are dead men, sir.
Now, Ray, this is stupid. then we got a hell of a lot more to worry about instead of you and me down here fighting.
You're right.
Yeah, right. I'm sure your daddy told you the same thing that mine told me. Just like religion and politics, you don't ask a man what he makes.
I wouldn't know. My pappy died when I was born. Cholera got him in 1877.
Yeah, well, Did you say 1877?
I did.
Yeah, well, Ray, that makes you about 109 years old, buddy.
On my last birthday, I was 35.
Now, come on, Ray! I wasn't that good in math, but I do know that if you was born in 1877 and you just turned 35, well, that just brings you up to 1912.
That's right. September 16th, 1912. Oh.
There you are, Dottie. Did we ever get that letter from the school board? Why are you looking at me like that?
Reverend Bailey, it is not my place to tell you exactly how to do your job.
Oh, come on, Dottie. Why should you be any different?
I thought you were going to deliver this letter to Melissa Parker yesterday.
Well, I was going to do just that, Dottie, when Mrs. Ritter's husband called about her stroke. I had to spend the rest of the day at the hospital with the poor woman.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Dottie, this thing's been sitting here how long? 60-some years?
Since 1912.
And for all we know, it's just some kind of prank. I mean, no one's ever steamed it open to see what was inside it. I don't believe anyone's ever bothered to tell Melissa Parker it exists. So it's a day late.
Reverend Bailey, this letter was entrusted to the church because the instructions would be followed. And besides, until their wedding several years ago, there was no Melissa Parker.
I'm duly chastened, Mrs. Clark. Of course, the instructions should be followed. Although I must confess, I see no reason to worry that it was delivered a day late.
Devil? Come on. You're the one that was worried about flames. Now, you just leave that alone.
What's this?
Well, the last time I checked, that was a $5 bill.
Oh, yeah? Well, what do you call this?
Counterfeit.
This is a perfectly good silver certificate.
Are we going to sit here and talk about this, or are we going to try and dig our way out of here?
You can dig till doomsday if you want, but you still won't get 5 feet from where you're standing. Besides, you're using air. Why don't you sit down and rest, save your strength? Somebody's coming. Trust in the Lord.
The Lord helps those who helps themselves. I don't like this. Maybe I ought to be dead. Maybe I'm already dead.
Then what does that make me?
You're another ghost. Yeah. There's been a lot of cave-ins down here. Well, maybe you died in 1912.
Well, maybe you're the devil himself.
D13! We wanted D13! Oxygen D. 10 people defense. We had a whole ton of collapse. We're trying to get the men out. Keep them out of there so we can get the work done. We'll let them know who's safe as soon as we can. Now move out, boys! We need Charlie! And we need Bobby! Who's with you?
Just last.
Just me. What about Charlie and the Parker
They
kid?
were way back in the junction when the whole thing came down.
Damn it!
Watch out! Got you coming through!
Hey, did you see Johnny down there? Did you find Parker, too?
We're gonna find this, but the whole thing is down!
He's out, man. Try to search for one man whose air's running out in 100 square yards of tunnel. We may never find him in that.
What are you gonna do, give up?
No. We got a few tricks. First, Tyler, get the rescue team over to the junction. Bobby will show you the way. Les, pull that crew out of shaft 6. Get them over to the junction from the other side. Have them get some picks and shovels. That's the only way. Okay. Come on, you guys. Let's move, people.
Ray, this air's getting stale.
Tastes like coal. You gotta take it easy. Stretch out the supply.
Yeah, well, can we talk at least?
Can't talk, you might as well die. Yeah. Anyway, I was seeing Abby Carter at the time. She had this sister, Sarah. A twin. They was always pulling the switch on me. Just so happened they pulled it the very night I was going to propose to Abby. I guess I was so nervous I couldn't tell the difference. I went right ahead and proposed to Sarah, who said yes. Abby was so mad at me she wouldn't talk to me for weeks.
Which one is that? Is that Abby or Sarah?
It's Sarah, of course. She's the one who said yes.
Ray, she looks like a good woman to me.
You married, John?
Yeah. I've been married several years. Her name's Melissa. She was my high school sweetheart.
Sarah and I have been married 5 years now.
Yeah, well, 5 happy years, I hope.
Oh, we had our ups and downs.
Yeah, well, right now I'm having one of my downs. I've been making mistakes. Mistakes I'll be paying for the rest of my life.
My mama used to say every night when the sun went down, it was the death of the sky. But at dawn, it's reborn. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
There's color in this picture.
Mrs. Parker? Melissa Parker?
I'm not ready to see you yet, Reverend.
This has nothing to do with the mine, Mrs. Parker. I've been looking for you. It's about a letter addressed to you.
I don't understand. It's old.
74 years old, to be exact.
What is this?
No one knows. But you're Melissa Parker, as it says. I was supposed to deliver this letter to you yesterday so you could open it. Go ahead.
Dear Mrs. Parker, this will strike you as madness, but there's no other way to put it. If you are reading this on September 15th, 1986, then you must stop your husband John from going to the Casu mine. On September 16th, he will be trapped in a cave-in.
I don't want excuses, I want equipment, and I want it here right now!
Melissa's on her way in here and she's got the Reverend with her.
That guy works fast.
What about the vent shafts, Dutch? Can't we check those?
Junction's an old dig, Bobby. They didn't drop as many vent shafts as we do now.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to face facts. Our chances of finding Parker are non-existent. I'm sorry,
Please,
Melissa.
listen to this. John Parker is trapped in a junction in a tunnel opened September 2nd, 1912. Approximately 25 yards north of Pillar 11.
Let me see that. Where'd this thing come from?
It's been in a safe at my church for some 70 years. Reverend Watts showed it to me when I took over.
Good God, Reverend, I can't pull my crews out of shaft 12 right now. You don't just pick up and move a crew like that on some goofball idea. Parker's dying down there.
Do it. Do what the letter says.
Melissa, I'm
Look, you're the one that sent him down there.
Ray. Did you hear that?
What is it?
That sound, listen. Ray, there's somebody up there.
We're here! We're here! We're here!
Hey, come on! Keep coming! We're alive!
We're here!
Come on!
We got him!
Come on! Look out! He's got a foot in his back! He's gonna get away here! I'm down here!
I got him. I'm telling you, you gotta go down there. He's still down there. Will you listen to me? I'm telling you, he's still down there.
What's he talking about? He's only one missing.
Too much dust, I suppose, makes you see things.
Oh, Ray, you're safe. Thank God. Oh, God.
Sarah, this man saved me. His name's John Parker. He didn't know me. He didn't have to help me, but he's still down there.
No, Ray, it's all right. You're safe now. We can go home. I got you back.
I can't just leave him down there.
Ray, they say that you were the only one down there.
Here's a picture of his wife. He told me all about her.
The picture's painted.
I know this sounds crazy, honey, but this man's from the future. And somewhere, somehow, she's worrying about him just like you worried about me. I gotta help him, honey, even though it may mean interfering with the Lord's plan.
Ray,
No. Will you give me a pencil and a piece of paper?
I don't understand any of this, but I love you. And I will help you.
Your husband saved my life, Mrs. Parker. And if you believe that a man facing death thinks only of those things that are important and true, you should know that John was thinking of you. He's too good a man to spend his life begging forgiveness. Sincerely, Ray Dobson.
Hey, this guy will do anything to get out of work today.
We had to beat him up a little bit, but we got him. Oh, done real good.
Bobby, great mate.
It's okay, Melissa. I'm all right. Melissa. I'm sorry. I'm so...
Let's go home.
Harry, Jason has to change. We're leaving.
Just 5 more minutes and bring down a cold beer, will you?
Harry, you've had 2 already.
I can count, Sally. Just bring down the beer.
Mommy, why does Daddy spend so much time down there?
I don't want you to worry about it, okay?
You're still too high. Relax.
Jason has to leave!
Better. Much better.
My sister's expecting us before dinner, and it's a 2-hour drive. Better hurry, kiddo. Don't you think he's a little young, Harry?
The earlier they start, the better. I want everybody in this family to learn how to protect themselves.
He's only 7 years old.
All right, lay off, will you? I don't see why you have to drag him all the way to Kansas City every time your sister gets lonely.
Jason loves to go. And what do you care? The way you hole up down there every weekend, you wouldn't know if we were upstairs or I miss her, Harry. She's about the only person I can talk to anymore.
Sal, you haven't told your sister about the shelter, have you?
No, of course not. I know how you feel about that.
You are never to tell anyone about the shelter. It's our family secret, just the 4 of us. Don't you ever forget that, Sal, not for a moment.
Mom?
Yes, Harry, I said I understood. Come on, kids, let's go. You coming by with the receipts later?
He said around 6:30.
Why don't you take him hunting this weekend like you used to?
Yeah, I just might at that.
Bye, Daddy.
Yeah. Jason, don't let your cousin push you around.
Late, last-minute rush. Old man Richter came in, wanted to buy a new clip for his automatic, and then a couple of hunters from Wheelerville needed ammo. Well, it's a good week, all told. Hey, have you heard the news about this Middle Eastern thing? Oh, it's getting scary.
This evening, the fighting seems to be spreading.
Where's Sally and the kids?
I went up to Kansas City again to visit with her sister. I was just putting dinner in the microwave. Stick around, I'll pop in another one.
Great, sure, thanks, Harry.
That the President and First Lady did indeed leave the White House by military helicopter half an hour ago. Toman refused to disclose their destination, nor would he confirm that their departure has anything to do with the escalating crisis in the Middle East.
Well, I guess it's just like you predicted, Harry. The whole world's going straight down the old toilet.
Going? Ha! We're already in the toilet. Drugs, terrorism, pornography. It's worse than any war. Sally used to understand all that, but now she lives in a dream world. All she wants to do is turn my son into a mama's boy. Or worse. I tell you, Nick, I almost long for it.
What?
The bomb. It could put a lot of things right again. You and I. We don't belong in a world full of degenerate rock stars, hairdressers, bureaucrats. Sometimes I dream about it. Afterwards. Starting over with my son. In a purified world. In a world with all the scum burned off of it. With everything basic and simple.
I don't know, Harry. I can't imagine anyone wanting to live in a world with so much gone.
What would be gone? Just an ugly, screwed up world slowly being eaten up by pimps and cowards?
Yeah, But you'd have to survive a nuclear war. Now, there's not much chance of that now, is there?
Oh, it can be done if you plan on it.
You mean build a fallout shelter, something like that?
Fallout shelter wouldn't be enough. Not here. Dunston's only 4.5 miles from Wakefield Air Base, a prime target. Any shelter'd have to be deep and blast-proof.
Sure.
Nick, we've known each other since high school. You've been working in my gun store for 10 years. Hell, you're practically a part of the family. I think you deserve to be let in on a little family secret. The door's lined with lead. The wall's solid concrete, 4 feet thick, completely radiation-proof. These gauges give me outside temperature and humidity. That one monitors surface radiation. The shelter has sleeping, shower, and bathroom facilities for 5. Over here is the medical supply cabinet. All the water's pumped in by an indoor well. Power generators with a 300-gallon fuel tank. Air filtration system. Draws air from the outside, but through 30 feet of gravel and charcoal.
Harry, this is amazing. How did you do this and still keep it a secret?
Remember when I had the pool put in? Oh, no. That was my cover. I hired people from out of state. While half of them tore up the backyard, I had the rest of them dig this out. I told them it was for a wine cellar.
A wine cellar? You?
They were illegals. What did they know? I built everything else myself. No one knows it's here, not even my neighbors. Especially not my neighbors. My family. And now you are the only ones that know about this. And we're sworn to secrecy. Do you understand, Nick?
Yeah, Harry. I'm just flattered you'd let me in on it.
There's food and water here for 5 months, and, well, if something happens and there's time, you're welcome to join us here in the shelter.
Thanks, Harry. I don't know what to say.
Look, I saved this for last. A multi-band communication system. I'll raise the antennas. They're located under a concrete slab in the backyard that could push up through a ton of debris. It's to link me with other survivors afterwards. The neighbors think it's part of some elaborate satellite TV.
That was a live report aboard the aircraft carrier Nimitz, now in position in the Gulf of Sidra. Defense Department sources confirm that the armed forces have been placed on red alert and an emergency cabinet meeting is being held at an undisclosed location. The president has issued a statement in which he states unequivocally that
Stay here. Don't move. I have to make a phone call. I'll be right back.
Any escalation in the fighting. We go live now to John Shepard in our Moscow bureau with more on those alarming reports that many Russian cities are being evacuated.
Hello? Sure. It's Godzilla, king of the monsters. Hello?
Have you been watching the news? I want you to pack up the car and come home.
Are you crazy? We'd be driving half the night.
The whole country's about to blow up. I want you here.
Harry, every time there's a minor international crisis, you think we should barricade ourselves in the family tomb.
A little louder. I don't think they heard you in Iowa. Listen. If you're not out of there in the next 5 minutes.
You're drunk, aren't you?
No. Sally, wait, look. Send Jason back home. Put my son in a cab and send him back. I don't care what it costs.
He's afraid of you, Harry. He's staying here.
Sally!
happened. This is it! This is it!
The antennas, did you lower them?
Well, no, Harry, I don't know how. Oh my God!
Damn! Damn! That was our only connection with the outside! The shelter's completely radiation-proof. Even the radio waves.
I gotta get home. My parents.
Nick, you need me. Nick!
I gotta get home.
Nick! Stop! Listen! Listen, you're not going anywhere! It was a direct hit on the air base! Listen to me! We're gonna have to stay down here until the radiation levels drop! At least a month! Look!
No!
Look, Nick!
No. Hey, Harry. There's someone up there. Someone's coming to rescue us.
Don't be ridiculous. Look at the radiation level outside. It's the walking dead up there. Survivors looking for food and water. You better pray that they don't find us. And I'm ready for them if they do.
Hey! Hey! We're down here!
Shut up, you idiot!
Hey! No, why? Oh. What the heck did you do that for, Harry? They could have saved us. They could have been anybody.
They were scavengers, not rescuers. If you'd have let them know we were here, they would have busted that door down and taken our food and killed us. Or we would have had to kill them. Don't you understand anything, damn it? Don't you understand anything?
I thought you said the radiation would go down after a month or so, Harry. It's been 3 months and it still looks the same.
You're not very good in tight spots, are you, Gatlin?
It's cold. Why is it so cold, Harry?
If you'd spend more time shaping up instead of pacing and moaning, you'd be a lot warmer. We've got to be ready for whatever it is we find out there. "10 months and the radiation is just as high. Man, they must have really cut loose up there. Kansas City, Topeka, LA, Paris, Moscow, all gone. No wonder we don't hear any more noises. Must be like trying to live in a microwave oven. Your parents, my son, all dead. In a war like this, they didn't have a chance."
You know, Harry, deep down inside, I don't even think you give a damn. You love all this.
Gatlin, you haven't got the guts or will to survive. I'm sorry I didn't realize that before I asked you in.
What the hell is the point of surviving in a dead world?
A better world, you'll see.
I doubt it. You come to hate everything eventually, Harry. I don't even know why I'm trying to stay alive.
That's simple. You're afraid to die. You've always been afraid of everything. I should have known better. For years, I gave you work. I took you on hunting trips. I tried to make a man out of you. It's not possible.
You're right. You're right. And now all I have to do is to find the guts to choose how I want to die and who I want to die with.
You're not doing anything. You're hysterical, Gatland. And I've had as much of your whining as I can take.
Me, Nick. I can't open the door. What's the code, Harry? Let me in, please. Harry! Let me in!
Nick! Can you see anything moving?
God, Harry. It's horrible. There's no daylight anymore. It's freezing. There's nothing but mountains of garbage. The whole town is gone. I've been crawling around for hours waiting for the sunrise, and it never comes. The air smells like burnt plastic. I feel sick, Harry. Let me in.
I can't. You're contaminated. If I let you in, you'd only kill us both. I'm sorry, Nick. It was your decision.
No! I didn't mean it, Harry! So help me God, please! If you let me in, I'll be fine! Please, Harry! Please let me in! Harry, let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Harry! Please! Let me in! Let me in!
It's been a year since the tragic accident at Wakefield Air Base. That horrifying day when one of our own nuclear cruise missiles detonated without warning in the bomb bay of a B-1 bomber as it was preparing to take off, instantly leveling the small town of Dunston, Kansas. The world will never forget the shock, destruction, the appalling loss of life. A shock that many now feel pulled the world back from the brink of war. When the decision was made to bulldoze the highly radioactive ruins into as compact an area as possible and seal them under this vast radiation-proof dome, no one could have foreseen how sacred a shrine it would become. For the Peace Dome, as many call it today, has become the world's most powerful and enduring monument to the utter folly of war. Each month, hundreds of thousands of visitors come from all across the country and from around the world to get a first-hand glimpse.
Mommy, is that where Daddy's buried?
Yes, dear, that's where Daddy is buried.
Spectroscopic readings indicate that the atmosphere is a perfect chemical equilibrium, predominantly carbon dioxide with traces of methane and ammonia.
Now, what gives the atmosphere that sickly yellow color?
Iron oxides from the rusting cities.
And the sensors show no life form whatsoever?
Nothing. Not even the presence of simple amino acids in the oceans. The last reconnaissance was right. It's a dead world.
There was a name for this one in one of the old languages, wasn't there, Professor? Yes. It's Earth. They called it Earth.
Not much left after 1,000 years, is there? Donald, Earth was stripped of artifacts long ago. What are you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. Feeling. Sense of place. What it must have been like to live here when the skies were blue and the oceans green with plankton. Too many historians never get to see the things they write about. Thank you, Jacinda, for getting me on this mission. A very kind gesture for an old academic.
Not that kind. And not that old. Good luck, Donald, because in 4 days, I'm going to have to give word for the mining vessels to move in and extract whatever is salvageable. And when they do, there'll be precious little left of your Earth.
Bledsoe, did you hear that?
Hear what? You got a problem, Professor?
No problem. I'll see you back at the ship in about 3 hours. No doubt. So are you.
There's lots of data to log. There's still a treasure trove of minerals on this planet. The inhabitants pretty well bled it dry of all the fossil fuels. There's a wealth of basalt, iron, uranium.
You know, it was really quite a beautiful planet. An amazing variety of flora. Climates ranging from the temperate to the tropical, from the Arctic to desert. This is where it all began, Jacinta. This is where we began.
How did it happen, Donald? How did the planet end up like this?
Greed, stupidity, the usual catalog of sins. They used refrigerants that slowly ate away the ozone layer. They burned the tropical rainforests to make way for farmland, using the ashes for fertilizer, and entire species simply vanished forever from the earth. By the time they poisoned the whole biosphere, they had the technology to leave it behind. So they fled into space and cast the earth aside like a half-eaten apple.
And with humanity gone, the biological change has collapsed.
You know the irony of it? The earth today is almost exactly as it was millennia ago, before the very first rainfall. And for millions of years there had been no rain. Then when the earth cooled enough, rain fell, delivering nutrients to the oceans, and life emerged. And here we are. Here we are. Returned to commit the final indignity on the planet that nurtured us. Here to put the knife to her one last time.
Our ancestors killed this world, not us. The law prohibits us from mining any living world, only dead ones. Like it or not, Donald, Earth is a dead world now. And there's nothing we can do about that. Except, I suppose, be grateful that we finally learned our lesson.
Do you remember us now, Professor? You won't be needing your helmet anymore, Professor. The air is breathable. We sort of used a part of our etheric energy to change the molecular structure of the gas.
We've been waiting so long. Why did you leave us?
Are you back to stay? All of you?
Where are the others? Will they follow in more ships? Yes, where are they? When are they coming?
My God. All of you.
The ones you left behind. All the souls that ever were. All the ones that stood and watched as your ships vanished forever from our sight. All of us that couldn't follow.
We never knew. We never knew that you even existed.
Didn't you? Didn't a part of you always know?
Why is it so important to you to follow us?
You're our children, our future, our immortality. Since time began, we've walked among you, sharing in your triumphs, your despair. But now,
Now there's nothing. No children, no future. Just a ruined playground you left behind.
It doesn't have to be this way. You can follow us, our ship.
Your ships warp space in ways we can't. Those of us who have tried have come back disfigured or insane. It's a large universe, Professor. And not nearly as benign as you living like to think it is.
Well, then, what can I do?
Put your helmet back on. I know why you're here. Not you personally, but your ship, your crew. We're shadows. We're helpless to stop them, but you have to do something. You have to explain to them that this planet still contains life of a sort, that this Earth, ruined and gutted as it is, it's all we have left. Please, don't let them take it away from us.
Donald, you can't be serious. Do you know what Archer and Bledsoe would say if they could hear you?
All I'm asking is for you to keep an open mind. Now, give me a chance and I'll prove it to you.
Prove to me that Earth is some sort of haunted planet? How?
Jacinda, you were always my best pupil. Let me teach you one last thing. Hello? I've brought someone. Someone who can help. Please. Let us see you. Please. It's all right. She has to see you. She has to know.
Donald.
For God's sake, she can help. Why are you doing this? Please. Let us see you.
Donald, that's enough. Don't.
Damn you! Show yourself!
Donald! It's my fault. I knew what this planet meant to you. I shouldn't have invited you along to watch it be. Why don't I just forget we ever came here, all right?
What are you doing?
What are we doing? What were you doing?
Oh, Donald, how could you do this to us? To all of us?
I swear. The last thing I remember was being asleep in my cabin. It was them. Don't you see? It wasn't me, it was them.
He's crazy. I told
Mr. Bledsoe, kindly shut up.
Mr. Archer, please assess the damage to the sensor web and then raise Central on subspace. Tell them we'll be returning Dr. Knowles to Outpost 12. Medical emergency. We'll also be staying over for repairs and then we'll be back to finish our assignment.
You cowards! You liars! Show yourselves! I dare you to show yourself to me!
Back to your ship, Professor. You might as well.
Because if I don't, you'll just take over my body and make me go, won't you?
That's right.
You wanted me to make a fool of myself. You wanted me to be shipped back to civilization. And you'd come with me, wouldn't you?
Please understand, Professor, there's no other way. We can't travel through warp space in this form, but in yours, that's a different matter. You can serve as a beacon to the others, showing them the way.
And me? What happens to me, my body, when you're done with it?
I'm not sure. I have to merge myself fully with your body in order to weather the journey. I'll try to leave it once we get there, but...
You don't know if you can.
Please try to understand. All we want is to reclaim our future.
Your future? You don't deserve a future. Any of you. We may have fled the Earth once it became uninhabitable, but you were the ones who made it that way. You could have saved it. You could have done something, every one of you, but you didn't. Did you? How many of you thought you'd be on one of those spaceships fleeing the dying Earth? How many of you thought you'd escaped, but died before you could?
What you say may be true, but it's over and done with long ago. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Isn't there? You changed the air in this building from methane to oxygen, from poisonous to breathable.
That's a different matter. This is a small, controllable environment. We're talking about a planetary scale. And even if we could, we might lose our consciousness, our awareness.
Like you propose to do to me. Cowards. You're still the same cowards who let this planet die, aren't you? Go ahead. Take my body, my life, save yourselves. At least, I'll know that when my time comes, I can die with a hell of a lot more courage and dignity than you. Come in.
We're about to lift off. I told Central that you requested medical leave. Stress reaction to space travel. It's not uncommon. The damage to the sensor web was minimal. I didn't log your actions yesterday.
I appreciate that.
You're looking better. Rested.
Yes, you might say that I'm expecting to be a new man once we leave the planet. Jacinda, If I should not see you again after this, I just want you to know that I'm grateful for the chance you gave me and for your friendship and for...
What's that?
I don't know. It sounded like thunder.
Well, it's impossible. The atmosphere is at equilibrium. There can't be any.
It's raining.
It can't be. What the hell is going on? Is that really rain?
Not just water either, but amino acids, nutrients raining into the ocean.
Good God, I'm getting life form readings in the oceans.
Well, that's impossible. It takes thousands of years for even the simplest life form to develop.
It's as if something is accelerating evolution somehow. I don't know how, but...
This can't be right. I mean, the sensors must be out of alignment after yesterday's damage.
Oh my God, he's right. The ocean's suddenly swarming with cyanobacteria.
Cyano what? Cyanobacteria was the first complex organism to evolve on the Earth. And it led the way for all life forms to come, including us. Does this mean what I think it means?
What it means is we're out of a job.
I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Maybe you can't. But we'll be back. I promise. Someday we'll be back.
Smith, circa 1916, disciple of a young writer named Jack London. Tanner Smith, now consigned to what is affectionately known by the Bowery Boys as the Ref. A grim sojourn into solitude, despair, pain, and sooner than he knows, a curious corner in the Twilight Zone.
I've been watching you.
I know.
You gonna tell your father?
Why would I do that? I wouldn't want to get you into trouble.
It'd be worth it. You're so pretty. Does your hair always shine like that?
Almost always.
I saw you go into the library.
I like to read.
Well, so do I. Books about wolves.
You better go. I wouldn't want you punished.
But I want to see you again. Talk to you.
I don't think that would be wise.
I'm not wise. I'm just hungry for someone.
I'm Tanner. Tanner Smith.
I've got to go.
Oh, wait. Well, can I see you again? Please?
We'll have to be careful.
I dream about you.
So you say.
Oh, it's true. Pretty dreams. The trees are as high as the sky. Do you ever dream about me?
Sometimes.
What is it?
The dreams frighten me. They're dark sometimes. Winds are blowing and I hear strange sounds. I wake up fearing I'll be calling your name and my father will hear. I have another book for you, Tanner.
Another Jack London.
I know how you like stories about wolves.
Oh, a wolf mates for life, Amy. Did you know that? For all his life, he'll never know another. I have something for you, too.
It's lovely.
It was my mother's.
Really?
No. That ain't true. I don't want to lie to you, Amy. I don't ever want to lie.
Then where'd you get it?
I picked it off a drunk in Chatham Square. But I never hurt no one, Amy. You gotta believe that. I'm sure I had a real gift for picking pockets, but it was just a way of surviving. I had to do it. It's just a way on the streets. You understand?
I don't care about all that. I know what you really are. I love you, Tanner. My sweet, gentle Tanner.
Amy. Dear Amy.
Kiss me, Tanner. Kiss me.
Thus saith the Lord, I will deal with thee even as thou hast done. Just like your mother. In the hay and dust with any filthy scamp that winks an eye. A wolf steals a lamb from the flock, eh? Well, my young sir, to me belongeth vengeance and restitution. I have warned you time and time again to stay away from the scum in this place. They are animals, beasts, to be caged away from the decent people of this world. I have taught you the scriptures, girl. I have prayed that you'd live by them. And I will not have my flesh betray their righteousness.
I hate you.
And if you should choose to disobey me again and crawl to him in the night, I'll know it. And I will see to it that he's found dead in some dark hallway.
No!
There, girl, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right. You'll kill Tanner if I ever see him again. I know him. He'll do it.
Well, now, Amy, you know the hooky ain't gonna let that happen.
You You're nothing but a broken down old bum. What could you do? I just want to die. That's what I want. To be dead.
No, Amy, dying ain't the answer. Not for you, not for Tanner. Because you're young. And you're in love, and you must never give up hope.
I'm sorry for what I said. I didn't mean it, Okie.
Oh.
Amy, have you seen her? Her father didn't hurt her, did he?
Not her spirit, boy. She's a bright arrow. She has the power to soar above her father's deviltry.
Oh. You know where she might be?
She spends her evenings in the library, poring over the books like she's searching for something.
I gotta see her.
No, Tanner, you can't. Her father told her he'd have you done in if she saw you again.
I don't care.
No, Tanner, you mustn't.
I gotta see her.
Oh, Tanner, no.
My father.
I know, the hokey told me. But I had to see you. I had to.
I've missed you so much.
Amy, we've got to find a way out of here.
I've thought of everything. There just isn't any way. Except...
Except what?
Come with me. It's probably the oldest book in the world.
But what is it? What's it got to do with us getting out of here?
Just listen to me, Tanner.
I'm listening, but I don't get it. But I just don't understand, Amy.
You believe in the human soul, don't you?
Well, I guess I do.
Tanner, this book is all about releasing the soul to renew its existence into another time and place. Look, you see these lines?
Yes, I see them, but what does it have to do with us?
I don't know if it's really true. But the book says by concentrating on the lines, you'll soon be able to see a door. And if you persevere, you'll be able to open that door and pass right through it.
Pass right through it? But to where, Amy? Where?
A better world, Tanner. A free world.
like you or someone was calling me, and then the gate was open.
Tanner, there's no time. My father will know that we're meeting.
But we're outside. We could run away right now.
No, Tanner, it wouldn't work. He'd find us no matter where we went.
I can hardly breathe without you. How can I live without you?
Tanner, listen to me. I have found the only real way out. It's in that book I showed you. It's another world, Tanner. A younger world.
What are you talking about? I don't understand you.
Please believe in me, Tanner. When the time comes, you'll know.
But Amy...
I love you, Tanner. I'll always love you. Now get this piece of paper to him. Make him believe. Promise me.
I promise, Amy, I promise, but I don't think he'll believe me.
If you're convinced, he'll believe you.
Amy, are you sure of what you're doing?
For the first time, I do feel hope. Now remember, Hokey, I may seem dead, but I won't be. My mind and spirit will just separate from my body.
But Amy, if you seem dead, your father will think you are, and he'll try to bury you.
I don't know what will happen, but I'll be free.
Amy. Amy, wake up. No! Why would you leave me? Why?
She killed herself because of you! Damn you! Take him to the hole and lace him up tight! You killed her, and you're gonna rot in hell for it! Hell, that's your home, young sir. A true disciple of your master you are.
Amy! Why didn't you wait?
Tanner!
Hokey? She's dead.
No, Tanner, I swear I saw her. She left her body. moving into the other world. But how can that be? She told me how she did it, and how you can do it too.
Thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not slack to pay it. For the Lord thy God shall surely require it of thee. Thou art my battle axe and my weapon of war. And the enemy is the son of the morning, the disciple of Lucifer.
Well, if this is our last chance, please, believe me and do as I say. They're together, running free, in a place where no one can hurt them again.
A song of the younger world. A tale told on wintry nights when the moon is full, of living with wolves and learning to howl.